I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone today. Hi, it's Andy from gymnutrition.co.uk. Link to the website is down below in the old description of the videos. Just, you know the drill by now. Give us a like and subscribe and all that carry on as well if you're not already. It's free, I'll have you know. Anyway, today's video I want to touch on the dieting situation again. As you may or may not have seen on my last video, I've been going back to the gym. I've been going back to the gym, I don't know, 11, 12 weeks now I've been going back to the gym. And since I've been going back to the gym, the sole aim is not to get as big as possible because I'm too old. I'm in my 50s, 56, you know. So it's kind of like trying to downsize a little bit. I'm still doing my usual old school bodybuilding type training, but I've upped the tempo a little bit. I'm not using as much weight and I'm concentrating more on cardio and introducing a bit of HIIT cardio. So a nice steady stroll for a minute and a half, and then helpful leather for 30 seconds, and back down for a minute and a half, then helpful leather 30 seconds, blah 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 blah. So I've lost approximately 16 pounds over the last sort of, like I say, 10, 11 weeks, however long it's been. And I've had a few conversations with people. Oh, you've lost a bit of weight since you've been back to the gym. Oh, I've tried every diet under the sun. I've always lost a bit of weight and then I end up putting it all back on again. Now this video is aimed more for people like that. People that have tried loads and loads of diets and failed on every single one. Now there is a reason, I think, my own personal opinion, why people fail on these diets. Because first of all they call it a diet. Now diet conjures up all these horrors of denial. Oh, I've got to deny myself everything, all the pleasures in life, all the food that I like to eat, I'm not allowed to eat it. So that's already, you're on the back foot, because you just seem like after a while you think to yourself, oh God, I've cut out everything. Let's give you an example. Well, that was a crap analogy. So a good diet to go for is like, I've cut out all my carbs, I'm doing keto. So like 1 week you're eating 10 ton of crap and you're overweight, and then the next week you think, well, okay, I'm going to cut out everything. I'm going to cut out all my carbs, I'm going to eat vegetables, I'm going to eat chicken, fish, a bit of lean meat, etc. And that's pretty much it. So you go from one extreme to the other. Now don't get me wrong, that's a great way of losing weight. You will lose weight on a keto diet, no two ways about it. But it's not a sustainable thing. You are very unlikely. Some people do, most people don't sustain that sort of lifestyle because it's tough, isn't it? You know, you want to go out, you want to have a pizza, you know, you want a Chinese and you want a few beers, blah 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 blah. You want all that sort of thing, and it's hard to keep it up. So therefore you lose all the weight and then you put it all back on again because you think, oh, you know what stuff is, I can't be arsed with it. The way I sort of do it, I do everything in stages, whether it be my training, whether it be my diet, a combination of the two, etc, etc. So what I mean by doing it in stages, little baby steps. So the first week I will say to myself, right, okay, let's start with the training. I'm going to train three days a week. I'm going to do not a lot, half an hour weights at the most, with like 70% effort. I'm going to do like 15 minutes cardio 3 times a week, and that's it. Once I get used to that, once my body gets used to that, because it will, your body adapts to what you're doing. So once you get used to it, then I think, okay, I'll do 20 minutes cardio. So that's it, just add another 5 minutes on, and then keep doing it like that, as and when I feel like stepping it up. So, I mean, let's face it, I'm not entering the Mr. Olympia, and probably neither are you. So don't push it too hard too soon, just do little baby steps. Same with the diet as well. Things you eat are habits. It's habit. If you get in at night and you have a can of beer, that's a habit. You don't need that can of beer, but you've programmed yourself that that's the first thing you do. You walk in, you put your bag down, you open the fridge, you get a can of beer out the fridge. That's what you choose to do, and you're more or less on autopilot when you're doing that. So rather than taking everything out, just start with one little thing. It might not be the can of beer. You might think, oh, you know what, I like my can of beer every night, I'm going to keep it on for now. Start with the little things. Start with, like, if you have, I've said all this before, but it's, you know, people doesn't sink in half the time. So start with one little thing. So say for argument's sake, you have sugar, you have 4 cups of coffee and you have 2 sugars in each coffee, so that's 8 spoons of sugar. So you have 8 spoons of sugar a day. Start by cutting 8 spoons of sugar out. Don't get me wrong, when you cut it out, well, you can have a sweetener. Try a sweetener. Oh, try a sweetener. It's not as nice. Yeah. It's not as nice, but it's okay. Just suck it up. Have a sweetener, and then within a couple of weeks, you would think to yourself, well, actually, this sweetener's not too bad now. You kind of get used to it, and then before you know it, that 8 spoons of sugar that you used to have, you no longer require it. You think, well, you know what, I'm not really bothered about that. The same with if you drink a can of full fat fizzy drink, then swap that for a diet fizzy drink, then you've automatically saved God knows how many grams of sugar they put in a fizzy drink. I haven't looked recently, but a ton load of sugar. So just do the one step at a time. Once you've got used to the no sugar, then start picking on something else. Okay, I have a tea break at 12 o'clock or whatever, and normally on the tea break I'll have a chocolate bar. Well, okay, take the chocolate bar out, or maybe replace the chocolate bar with a low carb protein bar. More expensive, yeah, better for you, yeah, you know, make your choices. Your body likes to stay the same. It doesn't particularly want to put weight on. It will put weight on as you get older, and if you're eating 10 ton of crap, but it doesn't want to put weight on. It doesn't want to lose weight. It doesn't really want to add muscle. It will add muscle when you go to the gym if you're training hard enough, because like I've already outlined in previous videos, your body's saying, oh my god, I can't cope with what's happening. There's so much stress with this idiot lifting weights in the gym. I need to get bigger and stronger in order to cope with what's going on. So your body will adapt to its environment. You're lifting weights, so that's why it does that. But it doesn't particularly want to do that. So as soon as you stop lifting weights, your body will naturally shrink down again. Use it or lose it scenario. Habits are usually broken within, I would say, 6 to 8 weeks it takes to break a habit. It's going to take you 6 to 8 weeks of persevering with no sugar in your drink or a sweetener in your drink to think to yourself, you know what, after 8 weeks I don't really need this sugar anymore. I used to have sugar in tea and coffee, now I don't. If anyone puts sugar in my tea and coffee by mistake, then I can't drink it because it tastes absolutely revolting, so I have to make myself another one. So it's just a case of you've got to dig deep sometimes on that one little area of your diet, and then once you've cracked that, then move on to the next bit. If you do that, then the weight gain will be a lot slower, granted, but you're more likely to keep it off because you've now evolved into new habits, a new way of living, a new lifestyle, if you want to put it like that. So there's some little tips on how to keep the weight off. Just do it in stages. One little tiny step. Taking the sugar out might not seem a big thing, and it's not a big thing. Granted, it's not a big thing. You're not going to take 8 spoons of sugar out and think, oh my god, look, I've lost 20 pounds and I've got a 6-pack. No, you won't. But you're in it for the long haul. So just think of it as long term. Don't think of it as, oh, I'm going on holiday in 8 weeks, I need to go on a crash diet. So you go on a crash diet for 8 weeks and you lose 15 pounds, which is great, well done. But what happens when you're on holiday, you probably put that 15 pound back on before you even get back, because you're going to be indulging on holiday. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and I'm sorry, but I've been looking at the back of a Mercedes van through this entire video, so hopefully I didn't put you off too much, and on that note I will speak to you on the next one. Goodbye.